Hey, what's up, T babies? How are you? You are here. You are now at the season finale. I know I can't even tell you what season that we're on. I don't have my boozy. She will be here. She'll be the best person to tell you. She keeps up with times and stuff. I just kind of flow. But I will tell you it's the season finale. We will be taking off for 2 months, like we always do for the holiday season, for Thanksgiving, and what is up? Christmas. But hey, guys. Hey, T babies. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you guys for being on this journey with me, for being on this ride with me, learning orgasms, learning things about my body, learning things about your body, teaching you guys how to better communicate with your partners, how to be able to incorporate toys, how to incorporate pretty much anything you want to incorporate in your sex life, how to be happy about it, how to be safe about it. Happy, healthy, and safe. Those are the biggest things that we've always cared about. We don't care about if you're LGBTQT. I think it's a few more initials. Like, we are safe here. Tea Talks is just a place, has always been a place where us ladies get to come together and talk about sex in a very unjudgmental way. Well, always, every once in a while, I have the guys come and talk with us, but for the most part, it's for us ladies. Being a little girl growing up, that was never a really safe place for me to talk about, like, what sex is going to be a lot, how sex is going to be, how to experience it, how to enjoy it. It has always been one of those on the hush hush situations, kind of scoop it under the table, like, we'll talk about that later. Or that's something you and your partner got to figure out. But in reality, I feel like sex with anything else in this world deserves a mentor. My mentor was Sue Johansson, God rest her soul. My baby died, and I thought she was dead a long time ago, but she just died. Maybe last year or the year before, but that was my mentor, seriously. She would have people call in and just ask random questions. And as a young girl, these was questions that I also wanted to know. And it sucked that, you couldn't go to your parents and ask these questions, because just like anybody else, it's just like, I don't know, sex is one of those taboo things. And you don't talk about that. But, babies are born every day. People fall in love. You're attracted to people. They're attracted to you. And, one thing leads to another. But when that one thing leads to another, you're both kind of sitting, looking at each other like, so what do we do next? And past what do we do next? Do I like that? Do you like that? Can we try that again? Maybe not try that again. How do I tell this person that I don't want to try that again? Or I do really like that, I want to try it again. And it just, one of those things, I think for most of us, we just kind of fell into it. It just kind of happened to us. Or if you was lucky, you was able to gain ownership of it at a very young age, because you knew this was something that you was going to have to face later on in life. Because you have people to this day that are virgins at 30 years old, all because of the fear of sex, not they're afraid to enjoy it or afraid of anything else, but just the fear of it. Like, what do I do here? This is just like this connection with another person, and how do I make this person feel sexy? How do you do sexy talk? I had my cousin that used to be on the show. And that was one of her biggest things that she could not do. She was like, how do I sexy talk? Like, what do I say during sex? I just think it's something it's just supposed to happen. I'm just like, no, because just like my cousin, she felt silly saying, give it to me, daddy. I like it like that. Pull my hair. It's just, for her, it was just like, nah, I don't want to do all that. But then when you're dealing with whoever you're dealing with, they might enjoy those things. They might want to hear that encouragement and sex. So, just a whole spiel. That is what Tea Talks is all about. We are here to pretty much break all taboos, get rid of all boundaries, and I want you guys to enjoy sex, especially with the season finale, because Thanksgiving is around the corner. It's about to get cold outside. What do they call it in the wintertime? Your
Cuddle season, cuddle
cuddle,
buddy,
cuffing
cupping
season,
season, all kind of things.
it's cuffing
I remember
season.
cuddle buddy.
Get your cuddle buddy. It's cuffing season. But what you gonna do with that partner in cuffing season if you don't even know what you want? So that is the reason why you are here. That's the reason why you've been here. Or You heard about us and your friends sent you here, which I'm so happy about. Thank you so much for sharing Tea Talks. We do have a special guest tonight. Oh my God, I think this is your first time ever being on Tea Talks, isn't it?
First time.
You want us to call you Cheesy?
Oh, I mean, you guys can call me whatever. Sin
Cheesy.
cheesy, it's all the same thing.
My twins daddy. Drum roll, please. Cynthia and Cynthia's daddy is in the building. Now, every T baby that comes on the show has to leave with a new name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does this put me in a T baby category?
This show puts you in the T baby category. We have Cookie,
no.
we have Boozy, we have Kitten. I'm Kitten Reynolds.
Oh shit.
We
kitten. We can come back to that.
I got named by a random Waffle House man. He just kept calling Real at me.
Oh no.
And I was like, why you keep Real name?
No, I don't have a name like
Kitty
that.
Cat.
You can call me Cheesy, I guess.
Cheesy for right now?
For right now, yeah.
Okay.
It's not really sexy.
It's not.
It adds humor to the mix.
It does have a look.
Yeah.
So next time I just kiss it like, hello, little Cheesy. I don't know.
Hell no. That's
what's the object that big Cheesy?
Oh, we gotta revert back to that.
Right, that's why I was like, wait a minute.
You got me off guard.
Okay, because Kitten is sexy. I like
Kitten. Is nice.
Kitten purrs.
You gotta figure out something that
you
Kitten.
said Cheesy.
Yeah, they don't compliment.
Maybe Big Shooter or something, but I don't know. I don't know. Target Baker.
I'll marinate on it. I'll marinate on it.
Double Decker gave me these twins.
Not double Decker.
Big D Slinger. I don't know. We're gonna figure it out. We'll figure it out. But the topic of tonight's episode is literally getting rid of fake boundaries and having fun with sex again. Now, when I say fake boundaries, I know everybody always say have your boundaries, have happy, healthy sex. But a lot of you guys might not realize that a lot of your boundaries may be based on your things your mother told you, things your grandma have told you, maybe your pastor have told you, maybe your grandma have told you. And so you've gone through life maybe not giving head, maybe not receiving head, maybe only having sex in the bed, maybe only having sex in quote unquote appropriate places. The thought of being spontaneous or doing something fun and crazy with your partner is always seemed inappropriate. Maybe you haven't even like given head because you feel like that makes you a dirty little girl. You see what I'm saying? So when I say fake boundaries, things that maybe you have been told repeatedly to the point that you realize, you know what? I can't even say it's something that I really like or don't like. It's just something that was told since I was a little girl that this is what we do or this is something that we don't do. I mean, I have a whole show that talks about sex. Believe me, this is the utmost don't fucking do. Of all things in the world that I wanted to do, I wanted to talk about sex live for everybody to see. But because I know I have little girls who are going to grow up, I have met an umpteen amount of women who have went through childbirth and they don't know nothing about an orgasm. They don't even know what they like. They don't even know how to express the things that they like. They just kind of go through life having sex done to them. Because when I say it like that, they just kind of lay there, kind of go through the emotions. They might like it, might not like it, but they've never been able to take control over that and be like, hey, I want to do it like this. So when I say boundaries and the things that you like and that you don't like, really explore a little bit and maybe sit down and be like, I don't like this, but then maybe write down beside it why you don't like it. Is it a real boundary? Like, I don't like it because it makes me feel unsafe. I don't like it because like I don't want to do that because condoms, I feel like I'm gonna catch a disease. Of course, that's a boundary. But I don't want to try different toys because I was taught that was dirty for us to do that, or you should only do it like this, or maybe like write that down. So then maybe half of your list you'll realize it's not because it's a personal thing, it's because things that were taught to you.
Yeah, I would like to step in and just say I feel like sometimes boundaries are really like the elder being, whether it's your father, your mother, your auntie, whatever, they're just trying to instill guardrails for you, right? Like if you think about bowling alleys, I like to use analogies. So if you think about bowling alleys, you try to throw down a strike or a spare or whatever the case may be, you try to hit all the pins with the balls you throw. You you need in life in general, you need guardrails, right, to tell you, hey, this if you cross this path, there's these consequences. If you pass these paths, there's these consequences. So like as parents or as persons that are trying to instill guardrails into the adolescent's life, it's like, hey, I need you to know that if you cross this boundary, this might happen. If you cross this boundary, this might happen. So I feel like guardrails are a safe protection for our children, our youth, in regards to anything, right? Like whether it's safe,
Mm-hmm.
gun protection, self protection, whatever it may be. We try to instill guardrails so that you can be safe and you can be protected in life, and you have the ability to be autonomous, right? And so sometimes those guardrails, especially in your adolescent years, they're important. But as you get older, you need to experience some of those guardrails and develop your own guardrails, if you will, right? Because
Ooh.
if somebody is giving you guardrails to
Okay.
develop as a human being, at a certain point in life, you got to discover what your own guardrails is, because you're living with guardrails that have been given to you, and then you're trying to develop your own guardrails. And so developing your own guardrails, I think that's what's important here, is understanding like how far or how willing, or just in general, how safe it is to explore this sex option, or how safe it is to explore this other sex option. So I think like we all want to feel safe and protected, but just feel confident in developing your own guardrails. I would say, and obviously adhere to the advices and the mentorship that you've been given from elders, but you definitely have to develop your own so that you know what you're safe with, what you're comfortable with, because it's not a blanket for everybody. And unfortunately, some people don't get to experience that because they feel entrapped by what they've been told. But I would say, the best way to know something's too hot is to get burned. So yeah.
Ooh. I never thought about the guardrails being on there
Yeah,
as just a way of protection.
as this is a way of protection. Yeah.
Because when I speak of happy, healthy, and safe, I always say like, are you happy to have sex with this person? Is this something that you're kind of getting coerced into? Do you feel healthy? Do you feel like that? Are they trying to tell you, let's have sex without a condom? Let's do this, but you like, I don't really want to do oral, even though because you can get sexually transmitted diseases through your throat. I remember when I went to go get flipping tests, and she was like, throat swab. She's like, do you give oral? I said, girl, yes, I love it. She was like, okay, we're testing you. So, so I got those swabs down my throat. I got swabs everywhere. So like that's one of them things if you don't know. So some women might be like, no, I mean we can do it with a condom on, but I don't want to give you oral because I know that I can still catch sexually transmitted diseases through my throat. But it's like one of those things to be educated on, because then when you're talking to a partner who's not as educated as you, like you said, they're like, what? No, you can't. But yes, you can. So you can't. Or then you'll have somebody who's uneducated, like, yeah, I'll give you head, but you can't penetrate me. And it's like, girl, really, you get it both ways. It's like one of those things, like I said, like you have like a mentor through life. You have a mentor for me, you have a financial advisor, you have a health advisor, you have a life coach. But like, it's like when it comes to sex, you don't have a sex coach. There's never a sex coach. It's literally always, shh, let's not talk about that. So
because you're trying to explore, it's like under the wraps,
Yeah.
for sure. Especially at the beginning.
Especially at the beginning. And you want to tell your parents about it and ask them questions, but the only majority, from my experience, is almost like, don't do it. And if you do it, put a condom on. Okay, cool. But like, what if I don't? God, like, what if I don't like what he doing it? How do I sound like this? Right? Like, what do I say? Like, I don't feel very comfortable with this. Like, how do I say that? Or like, what you want to incorporate?
I don't want this to stop, but I also want this to change. How do you incorporate?
Who do you ask?
Yeah.
Like, who is your person ask? Oh, here you go. Come at what my producer? Can we get producer?
It's like the Oprah Winfrey show. We got audience.
Okay, go ahead. Ask whatever you want. Okay.
But you won't know that until you ask about it. Right.
they things that they don't care about people knowing about.
But you gotta teach other. You gotta keep yourself knowledge though.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, you can't stop learning.
If you got no knowledge, then what
you can't understand that.
You gotta
oh my God, she like her ass ate. What if she
having the ability to explore.
Is she clean her right?
You like to eat ass, but her ass ain't clean.
You can't just toss everybody salad.
So how do you? It's so long since I heard that.
What's the expiration on that lettuce? When was it picked?
Okay, I get it. Okay, so then that will be questions that you would need to ask, because that's when the happy, healthy, safe.
Yeah.
So healthy. Oh, I love those.
They tell you how to break down and articulate your conversation.
My thing is, like, we've been married 11 years.
Wow.
At the beginning.
Wait a minute, girl.
Wow.
How long y'all been married?
That's huge.
That's something to celebrate.
That's before it was cool.
How many? 11 kids, 11 years? Oh, wow.
So,
Wow.
I was his first, but we, separated and got back together. But
Because it's trial in it. And it's growth, right?
it was we were teenagers.
Growth. Yeah. You're asking so much out of so little, kids.
So at first he was like a little shy about talking about things and doing things.
I'm still shy about it.
Yeah. It's something about that man, prideness of it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But because as we went on and we were able to communicate with each other, we would try new things and do more things. And, we don't like this, we don't. But if you don't talk about,
But you don't have that communication, right? Exactly. Exactly.
You'll go through the motion if you don't talk. I think, and that's the thing. Everybody does. Everybody goes through the motion, but I'm gonna tell you, I did not. That's the reason why I started this show, because I was so curious.
And then you have the older
I was
kids.
so curious as a kid. Yeah, it's like I wanted to know.
But then I have my older teenagers now.
Okay, how old is your oldest teenager?
My oldest is actually 32.
32.
Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
how you look good to be 30. Okay. The youngest is 4. Okay.
Wow.
So you've had them all.
That's a lot of buttons you hitting.
Yeah.
So have you made it a place where you and your 32-year-old and down could have these conversations?
Well, see, 2 of my daughters were molested. And
Okay.
I did not have them conversations we had the conversation.
Yeah.
We say people, stranger danger, all that
Stranger
stuff.
danger.
But I realized after I learned that if you don't say proper names, you don't feel like you can have open conversations. They don't want to.
The details actually matter.
It matters.
The details.
This way. After that, our kids have seen birthing videos.
Okay.
They know, they know.
They've learned.
They know what's going on.
I was so glad you said that about
We're
proper
at that
names.
age right now where
Yeah.
and don't hide it.
Nothing.
Don't hide it, because they're little people. They're little. Thank you. And they're little people. And that's
Secrets are
I've
like
said
cancer.
it 1,000
They'll
times.
spread, right, and ruin
And say
everything.
penis and vagina.
Yeah, definitely. Not wee and whatever.
Penis, vagina. Thank you.
You know what? What messed me up was the first time one of the little ones came to me. It was like, oh my God. He just hit me in my balls.
In my
Where did you get that word from? Because I ain't saying
I ain't saying that.
My ball.
TV.
Right, because you gotta remember the TV gonna teach you first.
All right, we'll take it from here.
Exactly.
Right.
Sex is a scary place. Right? Yes.
People, and that's another reason, like, people break up even over sex.
Yep.
Marriages break up because you can't communicate.
No.
Communicate,
You don't have a safe
You're
landing.
giving your body to somebody, but you don't know how to talk to them.
Yep.
That's a problem.
Because nobody taught you.
Yeah.
No, but you had no men. That's why I say you have a financial advisor. You have a life coach. You have a teacher to teach you how to read, how to write. Who teaches you sex? You have a sex educator that be like, put a condom on. This is AIDS and this is HIV. That's why I said that's my baby right there. Girl. You too? Okay, Sue, God rest her soul. We miss her. You too. That red and blue person.
Show you how to use them. And
Finally, somebody who feel me. Somebody. I've been talking about Sue my whole life. That's my girl. I love her. Man.
That's the secret. They say the legacy, how to live forever. Everybody wants to know how to live forever. Is by dynasty, and by dynasty I mean by what you give off to your offsprings or
Sue been
to
gone.
people after you've been right.
And I'll
She's been
never
gone,
stop talking
but
about
we can still
her.
talk about her. That's how you live
She taught
forever.
me so much.
And it's also you got to throw in there. Ask, believe, receive.
Ask, believe,
Because
receive. Okay.
If you can't talk to your significant other, your spouse, your homie, lover, friend, whatever you want to call them,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you can't talk to them, then what you got?
Yeah.
What are you doing it for?
Ask,
Then
believe, receive.
that's not your
But-
sister.
But okay. So let me answer that question. So one perspective to answer that question would be if you are told through your adolescence not to talk.
Right.
So if you told for how old are we when we graduate high school? 17, 18? So if you're told for 18 years not to talk about how you feel, that might be the answer to the question you're asking. Why
That's
would
how I
we?
learned how to talk.
Yeah.
When I was told not to talk,
Yeah.
I said something right about this.
Exactly.
You felt it.
I'm not
The
getting,
felt,
I'm
yeah.
not getting what I feel like I should be getting.
Right. So
Because there's
where's
so
that
many
coming from?
babies being made, and nobody wants to talk about how to make
That's
them.
good. That's God's answer right there.
I
for
want to
sure.
talk, and that's why I make tea talks.
I'm
I
not
wanna talk
talking, but
about
this don't
how you
feel
make
right.
them.
That's
Thank
it.
you.
That's how you know the program. That's like the inner matrix fighting against the outer matrix type shit. Like why you're giving me these instructions, but it don't feel right. No, that's dope.
I mean, I
When-
that was something.
When did you realize that you actually started enjoying sex and you was no longer going through the do I like this? Do I not like this? Do I even like these type of girls type of sex? When did you finally realize like I enjoy this? I actually
Like if
like
sex
it.
is an experience versus just an activity.
Yep. Mhm.
Nah, that's deep.
Yeah.
That's
Do you
deep.
know when that happened?
Yeah, that's a trick question. And that's a trick question.
Do you guys remember when you started?
That's something that the man would have to
enjoying
think
sex
about.
and it
Like,
wasn't
wow,
just like
when
a-
was it just enjoyment versus an activity?
It was
Yeah.
emotion. Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Versus the emotional intimacy, and that's the other thing. Like the time before the actual sex is even the intimacy beforehand is so important. Like if you don't have that bond, it's not even the real like
Mhm.
The realest version of
you don't
itself.
understand an orgasm until you actually have that bond with somebody where you actually feel like my whole life.
Orgasm. Does it feel electric? It feels
Yes.
like electrifying
It's
to
like
me.
a whole different thing.
It's like a spark, right?
my whole life.
My whole
Ah!
Cookies came in. I knew it. Cookies in the building. Let me say it one time for the 2 time. Cookies in the building. One of the original co-hosts. I love you. And Miss Heather, you keep on talking, babe. I might have to have you for next season. Okay, I like you, Miss Heather. I like it. So again, just removing, and I say like, fake boundaries, just things that you thought were okay, not okay, cookie cutter, not cookie cutter, like, or being adventurous. I think being adventurous is one of those things. Like tonight we have Miss Christine. She's camera shy, but my girl is here tonight to teach us a few things about ourselves for the ladies and show us a few toys to just bring us into that even more heightened climax. But we have a few guys on the show. Which makes me so happy when the guys come on. And the question always when it comes to toys is pros and cons with it. I had one guy that was able to talk about it. He was like, as long as his girl was able to not withstand from the toys until he was there. And he had to be there with her and play with her with the toys. So that way, when she sees the toys, she gets excited because it's something that they do together. And it's not just something that she do by herself. Now, that's one perspective that
I'm gonna step in. Let me step in real quick.
Okay.
My cousin
Okay.
from Cincinnati, he taught me this shit. It
Hey,
basically is
Swole.
like my cousin Swole. He said it's the women that not necessarily design, maybe influence the men that are to come. And what I mean by that is like
Okay.
basically the women is going to inform the male species what they like, what they enjoy. So if the female says, "Hey, I like it when you hit it from the back," or if the female says, "Hey, I like what," you know what I'm saying, like when you belt me like a pretzel. Like if the female says,
fold me like a pretzel.
if the female enjoys and expresses to the male what they enjoy and what they like, the male is going to do more of that because we're a male species, and you break it down to animals and all that shit, wildlife, like we're going to do whatever it takes to attract the most beautiful, baddest woman in the world. So if you tell us, "Hey, bend me like a pretzel is going to really make me come," the niggas that follow you are going to bend you like a pretzel and make you feel like you want to come. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the niggas were attracted to that shit. So as long as the women keep that conversation open, the man, all we know is, we want to bring pleasure. But if you tell me how to bring pleasure, oh shit, hey, guess what I did to bring her pleasure? It becomes more of an intricate system versus just a bland statement.
I'm so glad you said that, because
that influenced generational sex.
Most of us have a problem with initiating sex, and I've heard this so many times on the show from the men and the women. We don't really initiate every once in a while, but then guys are like, initiate. We want to make sure you want us, because if you don't, then we're like the same way. So like hearing that no girl does. Most girls don't.
Like men as a creature, they want to know that they are doing things.
Right?
Yeah, the feedback.
So it's like they need the feedback and we don't want to give it. So nobody knows.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what's going on.
If you ask me what the root problem to that is, I think it's pride. Like we're all shameful of prideness, and I think that's a current generational advertisement thing. Girl. People are like, "Hey, you like have a lot of sex a lot? Don't like a lot of sex a lot. It's not good right now." You know what I'm saying? Like the outside voices are influencing our internal voices that are of us being as animal creatures. Like we enjoy sex, we show out to attract the best sex that there is. You know, if you look at the peacock, the most beautiful peacock is a male. Like that's a male fucking feather with all the colors. Ooh. Why? Because they're trying to attract the best female. So it's like if the human societies are telling us don't do this, but our internal is like, hey, be the biggest nigga, the biggest baddest catcher of the fishes of them all. You got this internal conflict, and then I think that in some instances you gotta let that animal instinct win.
And it wins. It wins.
Let me get the baddest car. Let me get the dopest job. Let me make the biggest money so I can catch the biggest fish there is.
It is like,
you know what I mean? Like that's what it is. It's the feather. It's the carrot and the carrot and the whatever.
So, y'all out here peacocking, and we just trying to figure out how to even get to it. How we get
from a male perspective, we're trying to be the best peacock there is. Yeah, for sure.
I love it. Okay. So then y'all film when I say like some of these boundaries are kind of like made up in your head. Like it's not that like I say, some are legit, but then some of them are kind of like, you know what? I could probably try. They didn't hurt to try a little lubrication. I thought maybe I should. It's better than saliva, and it's one of those things you feel like, I'm not old. I'm not going through menopause. I don't need lubrication. But then it's like once you use it, you be like, oh my gosh.
It's the same thing. So for males in that aspect is what's that shit called? Aphrodisiacs. Basically like
aphrodisiacs. I got you, babe.
Men don't want to try that shit because we feel like our pride is like, we don't need that shit. We don't need a jumper. We don't need a boost. Like we come already, but if it helps, it helps. You know what I'm saying? You can't be shameful of
that. For men, they feel like nothing is wrong, and if something is wrong, then it's something that either they got to fix it or somebody got to fix it. So I've heard that a million times before. I have. But that's what I teach in my little class. Aphrodisiacs are nice. You got chocolates, you got almonds, you got oysters. Do you remember that our model that we put like aphrodisiac? That was the one you missed, Cookie. Oh, we put honey all over her. Oh my gosh, she was honey filled full of aphrodisiac. Lord, that was such. That was a hard show, baby. She was just naked across the table with. That was such a good show. Oh my goodness, we talking about Aphrodite. We had them all. We had them lined up on our model. Like, cause I wanted to feel like, I don't know if they're like Asian or China, I don't know if it's the same, like, I don't sound ignorant. But when they have them ladies across the table, they be naked and they have like little petals on them and they eat the fruit and whatever off of them. And we did that night. It was nice. It was one. She was sticky. It was such a good time, though. Oh my God, I love that. Was such a wonderful night. I was like, you missed that TikTok stuff special, but the aphrodisiacs are fun. They're so much fun, or whatever turns you on. Like it's going to be different with everybody. I feel like learn your partner, talk to them, get them to open up, get them to talk about their fears, things that they're kind of afraid of, so they go ahead and get rid of that boundary. Like, I'm afraid of telling y'all want my ass licked. Like, you want to lick my ass?
I'm afraid of telling you that. I'm afraid of how you gonna
react.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm afraid to tell y'all want my ass licked. And you look at me like I'm crazy. And you look at me like, what? And I'll be like, damn, I didn't want. Because a lot of us have so many weird boundaries because of the reaction of the person that you're asking these little things to. Like,
but if you don't know, you'll never know.
But you got to think about your partner. This is your lifelong partner. And every time you go to your partner, you want to try something different, they look at you like, what? So eventually they're going to be like, okay, well, all right, we don't do that. And then now you've adopted that. Like, so you're talking to your girlfriend and like, yeah, we're going to try this. What you calling? Like, nah, we don't do that. But then you realize, no, he don't do that. I would love to try that out. No, I do want to do that. I do want to try that out. And I think it would be kind of fun. But I can't.
I think some people, they don't want to try toys and different things because they have this self-image. Oh, you need that for me to make you feel like that.
Exactly.
But that comes from pride and ego.
Yeah,
that comes from the pride and ego.
Pride and
Okay.
ego.
Yeah,
Okay.
P&E.
You give kids toys, you don't just tell them to go on the field.
Right.
I'm not going to go on the field. Let's try some toys, or whatever.
Let's just have some fun. It's really just in heighten the situation.
We men, okay, so let me butt in. And say that men don't want to feel less than, right? It's like,
true.
If this extra item outside of what I'm capable of is bringing you extra pleasure, then internally, it's this whole fucking psychological thing. Then internally, I'm feeling less than, and no man wants to feel less than. So it's like, how do you find a compromise?
We've said that on Tea Talks Forever. Do not break the man's ego. You break his ego, fuck you.
Everything goes out the window.
Give him handle to
so how
woman.
do you? So yeah,
You
as
must
a
hand
woman,
him
okay.
over.
So what would I advise?
Right, hand him over.
What would I advise to a woman that says, "Hey, I like what it gives me, but I want more"? I would advise
compliment sandwich.
Ask him how to please you more.
I love
because he would do that. If you say, "Hey, babe,
I come every time.
Put your thumb in my butt," the nigga will put his thumb in your butt.
I don't like
he feels like
the
it's
thumb
gonna
in
bring
my
you
ass.
more.
It makes me feel weird. But
what I'm saying is, like, if you add the compromise,
the way you pull my hair, compliment sandwich. That's how you do it.
Hey, babe, pull my hair and that'll make me come a little bit more. All right, I'm gonna put your hair next time.
That's how you do
like,
it.
Whatever the case may be, like
compliment sandwich.
You won't get there unless you have the communication.
True, and you just say that,
I
love this. I don't like this, because, like they say, the meat is always the part that you don't like. So the meat is like the meaty part. But then once you get past that, then you get that bottom bun. Like, but I love when you smack my ass and pull my hair. That shit turns me the fuck on. But don't put your finger in my ass no more. But do everything else.
That's how you build upon that.
You build upon that. So it's the compliment sandwich. Love, don't like, but I still love this. That way everybody's happy. That way you get past those hard conversations. And like, because the hard conversation is just legit. It's just kind of hard to say this. I don't want to say this.
We didn't look at the comment section, babe.
I know. I don't think nobody's commenting. I think it's my people coming in.
Okay, cool.
Hey, T-babies. I said, hey. I don't think nobody's commenting.
Okay,
yet.
Cool.
But I think producer, what time me? Because you know. Okay, bet. So caught me when I said time me. Those boundaries, toys, different places of having sex. You're on vacation, you're on the beach. You want to have sex on the beach, and you're just like, I don't want to do that. We might get caught, and that's just trashy. But then you have your partner that's like, let's do it. Like, what? If we get caught, we'll just. What's the worst that can happen? We'll deal with the consequences. But you're fighting
the consequences.
mental
Don't
battle.
outweigh the experience.
Write
Write
it down.
Write it down.
New beach.
Y'all like sand in your coochie?
So what you do is you put a towel down. You put that dick clean. Get some water on it. Get you a water bottle because if he's been in that doggone ocean, it's gonna be a little sandy. Okay, so get you a little water bottle, guys. Get you a lot. Okay, just get your water bottle. Get you a couple of water. Okay. If you need to go back in the day, get that Gatorade bottle, baby. Do what you gotta do. Get that dick clean. So you can have on the beach sex, okay? I don't know about who's complaining about cleaning it with a Gatorade bottle. And let's go. If you like her, it wouldn't be a problem. I'm just saying. Date somebody you like. Date somebody that you're sexually attracted to. You most definitely will let them boundaries go. Okay.
I feel like they should have our showers.
There we go. See, I didn't even think about the shower. You could just sling the thing.
When I went to the beach in Charleston, they had a fucking little feet washer.
What? I've been to the feet wash. I love the feet wash. So for the toe fetishes, we can wash our feet.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so I wasn't gonna do a full hour tonight, guys, because we have the finale, and I have Miss Christine here. She has some toys here, and I really want to go see what she got. So if you just tuned in, if you think you're late, you're not too late. Still pull up on us at the Blue Fox Lounge at 403 Riverside Drive. The T-Talks finale is going on to 8 p.m. tonight, and then there will be an after party at 9 p.m. There will be some strippers here. I just love them so much. They'll be here. I don't know what time, but that party starts at 9 p.m. But shout out to Studio 65. Thank you, Cookie, so much for showing up. I love you so much. Our other kitten, she is at a wedding right now. I believe her grandma is getting married today. So shout out to my cousin today, babe. I know you look beautiful going down that runway. I love you so much. Shout out to you, babe, for being on the show. How's it feel doing your first live?
I'm a celebrity now.
That's how you should feel on T-Talks. That's Heather. I know. I picked you up at the bar, boo. Every once in a while, I might do that.
You're so sweet.
Thank you so much for being on the show. Did you have fun?
Yes,
Did you like it?
I really love that you do this.
Thank
You don't
you.
see this anywhere else, and I love that a female is speaking up. Get it, girl. I like it.
Thank you, girl. Thank you, girl.
it.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh.
Actually,
Ooh.
we should sell pure romance.
Hubby said the trap house
I
is your
didn't
house.
get it.
So we got
I
Get it how
already
you
get it.
feel.
Get it.
Get it. What?
You.
He got you.
We
Got him.
He got you. He got you. Got him. Shit, you got her. Oh, that's even the sweetest. Q. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for being such a huge supporter too. You was here when we did the filming for the open mic. Now you're here for T-Talks. My friend, thank you so much for showing up and showing out. Don't be licking on me. You gotta like. I know, like, babe, hold it. Again, Twins Daddy, aka what's your new name? Aphrodisiac.
Yeah.
These nuts.
Afro.
These nuts. Afro these nuts. Yeah. Afro these nuts. Yeah.
It's his birthday weekend.
Hey. Afro
All the Libras are like this. I thought the Geminis was.
I'm on the last
I
day.
thought the Geminis was lit.
Afro
No.
these nuts.
Oh, you got a Libra too, girl. May 26th. Okay.
Hey.
So T-Bags, we're gonna turn over to Libras
The number 13 with the extra.
for the rest of the
DZX.
night. I love you guys so much.
The extra D's
We
on
will
the
be
DZ.
gone for the next 2 months.
Afro extra DZ.
I'm in Libra season. It's
For
okay,
the
believe
Libra.
me.
Y'all,
I'm in
y'all
Libra
don't know.
season. I can't
we're
get
the
out.
calmest, most turned uppest niggas in the whole geometry. All right.
But like, help me sign out with my T babies, Mr. Libra.
Oh, okay.
Tell them it's your birthday.
Libra baby.
Happy birthday.
Libra baby.
Happy birthday.
you.
to
Shout out to all the
you.
Libras. Thank you for the grand
Happy
finale.
birthday to
Jasmine
you.
the Flower.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
JCA, live in color.
Happy birthday to you. Shout out to Studio 65. Thank you so much for always
This is
being
a
there,
team
taking
effort.
care of your girl.
Capital letters.
Shout out
team
to the
effort.
team. Shout out to Project Bees. Shout out to
For real. Team.
Who That
That's the big thing.
Podcast.
Team.
Shout out to Bougie Auntie, always coming through. Shout out to everyone who's been a huge supporter. Crystal with the paparazzi, my new supporters.
Hey.
Look, I picked them up and they
Let's
said,
go.
yes,
Let's
we're here.
go.
And all the ones who just joined in on the show,
Make
thank
an
you guys
impact.
for
Hashtag.
being here. We
Make
will
an
be
impact.
back in January. I know. So I want you guys to enjoy your Thanksgiving. I want you guys to enjoy your Christmas. Have some babies, catch an orgasm, tell your girl about it. I want to know. If you learn some new stuff, call me, text me, send me
I'll
a
be
little
around.
message so I can share it to my T babies because we're in this together. Okay, I want to have more orgasms. I want you to have more orgasms. I want you to feel confident when you get in that bedroom, when you drop those drawers, when you pop that bra off, whatever you're doing. Okay, I want you to be like, I know what I'm doing. And it's okay if you don't know what you're doing, but I want you to be confident in the fact that you are exploring. And then it's okay, whatever happens from this point forward. You might queef a little, girls, coochies fart.
That just means you're
Coochies.
and you're
What Cookie said? Said Cookie. That means what?
That means you comfortable.
That means you like it here. Happy, healthy, safe. Coochie's fart. Okay, it happened. All right.
That's that good.
That's it.
Hey, every person give a poop. Every person give a poop.
Like, it's all right. So if you have like a weird, embarrassing moment, believe me, you are not the only girl or guy
Ride it out.
who's went through it. There's probably somebody else and they don't want to talk about it, but you can talk about it here, baby, on Tea Talks. We love you. I'm so glad you was here. What did you say? What?
No, next
Look
talk.
here, Libra.
Next talk. Next
January.
talk. I'm such a dog.
In January.
I've smelled some shit and just never said no shit. So I'm such a dog. I don't know what this. Hey, what do I
What he said. I'm getting home. I love you guys so much. I'll see you again in January. I love you so much, T babies, for real. Have a great night, and I can't wait to hear about your
do?
orgasm.
Dog is